Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Mr. Redmond's Keys to Success for the Unit 6 test. All right, and so what I have done is I have gone through all of the concepts that we have learned in this unit, and I have tried to summarize them, and I'm going to give you just a few slides that will walk you through what I think is the big rocks, the big ideas that you need to remember going into this test. All right, and so as you are listening, make sure that you jot down some notes. You don't need to write down everything in this video, but certainly hit the highlights so that, again, this is just a resource to help you in your preparation for the test this week. All right, so let's jump in. First thing we looked at in this unit was probability, right? Independent and dependent events, all right? And being able to understand the difference, but then also being able to determine the probability. So to make it plain, right? Independent events is when the first event does not affect the second event, okay? And so problems that involve dice, coins, spinners, or anytime you take an object and put it back, right? Each time you do any of those things, what you get the first time has no effect on what you can get the second time, all right? So that is independent, all right? Dependent, on the other hand, is when you do something and it does affect. So the main type of problem that you'll see for dependent is when you take something out and you do not put it back. So it could be fruit you're taking out and you're eating it, or marbles, you're taking it out, setting it to the side, you're picking a card and not putting it back. The key is when you do not put it back, it is going to change the likelihood or the chance that you can get something the second time. So oftentimes your total will end up changing, okay? So again, make sure that you write this. Again, independent events, one event does not have affect the other, okay? Again, dice, spinner, coins, replaces an object, all of those are independent. What is the probability of flipping a coin and getting two tails? Well, the probability of flipping a coin and getting a tails and a tail, okay, the probability, again, this is the independent event because the likelihood or the probability of getting a tail is 1/2. When I flip the coin the second time, what I got the first time has no effect on what I can get the second time, so it's still 1/2. Doesn't change, doesn't affect it, okay? 1/2 times 1/2 is 1/4. So the probability of getting two tails would be 1/4, all right? On the dependent side, again, first event does affect the chance of the second event, okay? And so again, the key is that when you have an item that is removed, okay? There are 4 green erasers, 6 yellow erasers. What's the probability that a student random selects a yellow eraser and then a green one? Okay, so without replacing it, again, key is I'm not putting it back, so my total is going to end up changing. Probability of getting a yellow is 6 out of, again, what's the total? 10. Then the probability of getting a green one is 4, but because I took a yellow one out and did not put it back, now I only have 9. Ooh, tripping. All right, and then multiply that, and when I do so, I'm gonna get 6 times 4 is 24, then 90, and then I need to simplify that. Again, if you put that into decimals, it will give you the simplified answer. You just will need to divide this. You can divide it by 3, just to simplify this here. 8/30. Then I can divide it again by 2. Okay, and that's 4/15. Okay, so 4/15 is the simplified answer there. Okay, so again, the key: independent dependence if the first event does not affect the second event. And then just make sure that when you are doing problems with probability and you're finding it, I would encourage you to write down, what are you finding the probability of? So again, P, and then write that, what you're actually, so that you can focus on those two things, all right? And not because oftentimes in a probability question, you're going to be given more information than you actually need. Okay, so that was it for probability. Okay, so for box plots, again, really quickly, these are the steps for finding or creating a box plot. First, you got to put the numbers in order from least to greatest. Okay, put the numbers in order from least to greatest. When you do that, now you're going to find the minimum value and the maximum value. Okay, in other words, for those are lower and upper extreme. All right, but minimum and maximum value, again, minimum is the biggest, minimum is the smallest number, and then the maximum is the largest, right? We know that. Then we're gonna find the median, right? So I got my numbers in order, find the lowest and the highest, then find the median, the number in the middle, okay? Now, if there are two numbers in the middle, okay, so when you put them in order, find the number in the middle. If there's two numbers, then you have to add those two numbers and divide by 2, okay? So if there's two numbers, you need to add them up, then divide by 2, okay? Now, when you have two numbers, one number is going to end up going with the lower half. The other number is going to go with the upper half, okay? So you need to make note of that. And then what you got to do is find the median of the lower half and then the median of the upper half, okay? The name of that is the lower quartile and the upper quartile. And then you just plot the points on the number line, okay? So, again, to summarize, you put the numbers in order from least to greatest, minimum, maximum, find the median. That splits our data into two halves, upper half, lower half. Find the median of the lower half, median of the upper half. And then that's it, okay? So not gonna do an example here. You have plenty of examples and you will have some on your study guide as well, okay? And then lastly is scatter plots, all right? And so scatter plots, really simple, okay? In problems that involve scatter plots, you're just gonna have to graph the points, okay? So just make sure that you are paying attention because you're gonna be given a set of data in a table, making sure that you are, plotting them correctly, right? Making sure you're on, traveling on the right axis when you're plotting them, okay? Then another key is the line of best fit. It goes halfway through all of the points, okay? So your line of best fit goes halfway through all of the points. So there should be half the data should be above it, half of the data should be below it, but it should be going through the middle of the points, right? And there are three types of relationships, okay? So you have it as it moves, and whenever you're looking at the relationships, you are looking at it from left to right. So from left to right, what's happening to the data or the plot, the points. So as we move from left to right here, they're starting up here and then they're going down from left to right, okay? So line of best fit would be something like that. Because it's going down, it is decreasing from left to right. This is a negative relationship, okay? Negative relationship. As the points are going from left to right here, we're starting down here and we're going up, okay? That is a positive relationship, okay? And then on this one, they are scattered all over the place. This is no relationship. There's none, there's no relationship in those points, okay? There's no correlation, all right? So, scatter plots, just got to know how to plot the points and then be able to determine what is the relationship. Is it positive, negative, or is there none, okay? Now, guys, that is really all of my tips for this unit. The last thing I need you to do, or I want to encourage you to do, is to go back. If you missed any days, these are all the days that we covered in this unit. Okay, so all of these days have videos where I am walking you through notes. So I need you to to go in your notebook, and go back into Canvas or to the YouTube channel and make sure that you have all the notes pages for each of these. Because if you're missing any of them, then you're gonna be missing some crucial information for your test. So I want you to go in your notebook, make sure you have, again, each of these. Day 1, independent events. Day 2 and day 3 were both finding the probability of independent events. On day 3, there was a coloring page and you didn't need that. Day 4 was box plots. Day 5 was also box plots. We were just interpreting them. Day 6 was comparing box plots. And then day 7 was scatter plots. Okay, so if you are missing any of the notes pages, make sure if you're here in class that you ask me and I will gladly give you that. We're also going to have a notebook check on the day of the test. While you're taking the test, I will be checking your notebooks, and so you will get a test grade for your notebook check as well. So guys, I hope that helps you in your preparation over as you study. Again, you have tons of resources. Please ask a question, comment. Let me know how I can help you if there's anything that's unclear, and happy studying.